The Vraksha were the galaxy's most feared species. 8 feet of scaled muscle, retractable claws that could shred battle armor, and a hunting instinct so refined that entire star systems paid tribute rather than face their wrath. They were apex predators, unmatched and unafraid, which made the current situation on Station Meridian all the more bizarre. Commander Thelvon of the Galactic Peacekeepers stood outside the holding cell, his 4 arms crossed in frustration. Inside, 3 Vraksha cubs, each already the size of a full-grown human, wailed in distress. The sound was primal, heart-wrenching, and had been continuing for 6 hours straight. "We've tried everything," Thelvon said, his translator barely audible over the crying. "Food, water, temperature adjustments, even brought in a Vraksha diplomat. Nothing works. They just keep calling for their mother." Dr. Rebecca Torres, the station's human xenobiologist, studied the cubs through the reinforced glass. Their mother had been killed in a pirate ambush 3 days ago. The cubs had been found in the cargo hold, traumatized and alone. "Let me try," Rebecca said quietly. "Absolutely not." Thelvon's scales flushed orange with alarm. "They're juveniles, but still incredibly dangerous. We've had 4 security personnel injured just attempting to. I know what I'm doing." Something in her tone made Thelvon pause. He'd worked with humans before. They had this inexplicable quality, a strange fearlessness when it came to distressed young, regardless of species. Against his better judgment, he authorized entry. Rebecca stepped into the cell. The cubs immediately stopped wailing, their heads swiveling toward her with predatory focus. 3 pairs of golden eyes locked onto the small human. 1 cub growled low, a sound that vibrated through the floor. Rebecca sat down cross-legged on the cold metal floor. "Hey, babies," she said softly. The largest cub, a female, took a stalking step forward. Her claws extended, scraping against the floor. Outside, Thelvon reached for the emergency lockdown. Rebecca didn't move. She simply held out her hand, palm up, and began to hum. A low, rhythmic sound, something her own mother had hummed to her during thunderstorms when she was small. The cub stopped, its head tilted, confusion replacing aggression. Rebecca kept humming, adding words in a language the translator couldn't process. Lullabies didn't need translation. The melody was universal: safety, warmth, protection. Slowly, impossibly, the female cub approached. She sniffed Rebecca's hand, her hot breath fogging in the cool air. Then, with a sound somewhere between a whimper and a purr, she collapsed next to the human, resting her massive head in Rebecca's lap. The other 2 cubs scrambled over immediately, pressing against Rebecca from both sides. Within minutes, all 3 were asleep, their breathing finally even and calm. Thelvon starred in disbelief. "Ow, what did you do?" Rebecca stroked the female's scaled head gently. "They're babies. Doesn't matter what species. Babies need comfort, routine, and someone to tell them everything's going to be okay. But you're prey-sized to them. They can have. They're not thinking about prey. They're thinking about their mother." Rebecca's voice was gentle but firm. "And right now, I'm the closest thing they have." Over the following weeks, something unprecedented happened. Rebecca became the cubs' primary caretaker. She fed them, played with them, and slept in their enclosure. The galaxy watched in fascination as the human bonded with 3 of the most dangerous predators known to space. The Vraksha Council arrived a month later to retrieve the orphans. The High Matriarch, a scarred veteran warrior, observed Rebecca with the cubs for a long moment. "This human," she rumbled, "has earned the gratitude of the Vraksha. What she's done, our own kind could not accomplish. They just needed someone to care," Rebecca said simply, scratching behind the smallest cub's ear ridge. The matriarch's eyes gleamed with something like respect. "Your species is strange, human. You adopt orphans, not your own. You comfort predators. You see need where others see danger." "We see babies," Rebecca corrected gently. "Just babies who lost their mom." When the cubs finally left with their people, they cried again, but this time for the human who'd become their second mother. Rebecca watched them go, tears streaming down her face, while Thelvon stood beside her in amazed silence.